Hello, loves. It's your girl, Reese Reviews. Welcome home, where today we'll be discussing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 8, Episode 14, Girls Getaway from me. So, let's just get right on into the video. Finally, something new. We start this episode in St. Thomas. I love the fact that we're starting this episode anew because the to be continued it get kind of annoying sometimes. So we're in St. Thomas. Mel has her two single friends, Dr. Shanita Foster and Lauren, who's also her makeup artist. And they get to the hotel, well, the villa, where they'll be staying. It's a gorgeous villa. It overlooks the ocean. It's absolutely fantastic. But as they're walking, Melody says that she is terrified of snakes. So she hopes she don't see no snakes on the trip. And Dr. Shanita's like, well, you used to snakes because you be around snakes all the time. Shade. Dr. Shanita started off the first couple seconds of this episode with a shady statement. Melody in confessional says that she invited her single friends. She thinks they will work well with the group because they're a no nonsense type of chick. Won't start nothing, won't be nothing. Definitely don't start nothing, won't be nothing. But clearly, as the episode started, Shanita started. All right. They get to the villa. The door is opened by famous chef from the Cooking Network. He opens the door. I believe his name is Julius. And she's like, oh my God, from the Cooking Network, only the best. You know, she has only the best pretty much on her trip. So he'll be the one making the meals in the home. They come in and, they want to get the lay of the land. Mel wants to automatically give her friends or divvy up where people are going to stay. She states that she didn't want to do the whole picking straws, the whole picking numbers, things of that nature. She just wanted to go ahead and pick the room for everybody. She starts off obviously with her room. She's going to get the largest room, the master suite, because she is the host of the trip. Then we get to another room, beautiful room, and Shanita and Lauren are kind of arguing over it. They pick a card. Lauren picks her card, so Lauren gets that room. And then the third room in there, which is also really nice, Shanita is taking that room. And then she says, oh, I guess all the other rooms are downstairs. I'm just like, downstairs, like the butler quarters? Like, that's what I'm thinking in my mind. Like, if all the rooms are on the main floor, well, basically the best rooms are on the main floor. Everybody else is getting whatever is left. Okay. So then we go through the rooms. Nell is gonna get her own room. They say she's the mentor, she's the oldest, she needs her own space. They're gonna put Stormy and Trish in one room together because they're good friends. And then they have the kids' room. And it literally says kids' room. They have the kids' room, and that room has 3 beds. They're gonna put Tisha, Kimmi, and Tisha's plus one in that room since Mel, quote unquote, does not know who the guest or the plus one is. And I'm thinking to myself, girl, I know you know it's Destiny. You didn't invite Destiny on the trip. You invited Sunni and never invited Destiny on the trip. And you know that Destiny is a part of the show. So obviously, who else would you think will be coming? Yeah, okay. Um, but I digress. And then she says the girls are not really feeling Sunni. So she wants to give Sunni her own space. And then Shanita says, oh, okay, the girl's not feeling Sunni. So she get the best room down here. That's crazy. Anyways, we kind of shift over to the girls. All the girls from the girl trip, they're piling in. They're in the airport. They're getting their bags. We see Stormy. We see Trish. I do not like Trish's hair. What the heck is going on with Trish's hairstyle? Crazy. Crazy. Anyway, it's giving bird's nest. It's giving very much Medusa. It's giving what it's not supposed to give. So we see all the girls. We see Miss Nell. We see Kimmi. They're struggling over their bags, wishing they had their man there, saying basically, That's why girl trips is overrated. Teacher's like, don't say that. It's not overrated. They just want men to do the heavy lifting, and their men are not there. Then we see Sunny come in. They really don't want to speak to her, but Kimmy's the one who initiates the hello. They're just looking at her. They do give her a smile and, tell her hi, but no one was really anticipating her being there. In confessional, Tisha says, "Wow, I didn't know Sunny was gonna be here. This is weird. I thought this was supposed to be a good trip." And obviously, she's gonna have to let her know that Sunny is there. So they greet Sunny. They ask Sunny. Now ask Sunny she's gonna be hanging out with them. And she's like, "Oh, I don't know. I'm looking for Mel. Girl, Mel ain't there. Mel already at the villa with her real friends." So the girls get their bags. Sunny goes to get her bag, and they all headed into the car. And now they're in the car on their way there. So as the women are all in the van, Sunny makes her way in. She's the last one in the van, and they start to drive off. As they drive off, they start speaking about, enjoying the vacation, and they start kind of catching up while they're in the van. And Stormy is asked about if she's going to have any more kids. Stormy says that she's currently in the process of picking a donor to carry her baby, so she feels like by the end of the year, she will have someone carrying her baby for her. And that's when Sunny reveals to everyone that she's doing double IVF, meaning she just did a treatment and didn't work. And so now she's doing another treatment yet again so that she could successfully be pregnant. In that moment, Stormy apologizes to her and says, "I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that." And in confessional, Stormy basically says that she, feels really bad that Sunny's going through that. She would not wish that on anyone. She would not even want that for herself. So of course she's not going to wish that, on anyone else. And, she's hoping that everything works out for the best for her. Nell says that, everything is going to work out and, she's going to get a baby soon. And, Sunny says in her confessional that when the doctors told her about her fertility and how it was going to be hard to have a baby, Moses stepped in and said whatever they need to do to make sure that they have a baby, he's all for it. And so her and Moses are in this together as far as making sure that they have this baby. So now we arrive to the villa, and the ladies are walking. They see that it's beautiful, it's nice, they're so excited. And we kind of flash back to Melody and her friends Lauren and Shanita, who are already at the villa. While they're there, the island boys come in and they're the greeters. And you can tell there's a little bit of flirtation going on between Mel and one of the guys. I believe his name is Nathaniel. Don't quote me on it. If I'm wrong, you guys will tell me what his name actually is in the comments if it's not that. But that's what I thought it was. Anywho, it's kind of like Scylla got her groove back, is what Shanita said, and they basically said what happens on the island stays on the island. And Melody thinks it's great to have some eye candy. So anyway, the women get there. Once they come in, everybody's greeting everybody. It's really peaceful. They're all together, and it's time for them to have a toast. Shanita does the toast to a great time, long-lasting friendships. They cheers to that. And now it's time to find the rooms. As they're looking for a room, Mel lets them know that, hey, your names are on the beds of where you're going to be staying. So they are looking around and they see the rooms at the top of the house. And Nell is so excited. She can't wait to see her room, because if these rooms are so great and she showed out for Mel in Houston, she can't wait to see what Mel has done for her. And as she's looking, she realizes she ain't got no bed. I think what kind of made the situation a little bit worse is that as they're looking or whatever, Letitia is like, okay, Mel is funny, because it looked and appeared as if she was going to be staying with Stormy. And Stormy was like, "I'm the best bunkmate you could have." And as they're looking through, Nell's like, "No, that's Trisha." And she's like, "Oh, okay." So they pass by and they see the room with the 3 beds, and they see Letitia, Kimmy, and guests names on the 3 beds in the same room. And she's like, oh, okay, this is effed up. So Tisha says that she feels like Mel picked the rooms based on, how she feels about the people, and she knew that Destiny was coming because she texted her and told her that Destiny was coming. So, basically, she gave them the worst rooms. And then in the background, you can hear Kimmi saying, "Oh, Sunni got her own room." Because Sunni did get her own room, and based on the situation, they're not really happy. Tisha says she's ready to go back to Huntsville because for her this is BS. And like I did state in the confessional, she did say that she felt like Mel gave them the room because she don't really care about them. And I mean, honestly, I got to admit that they're OGs on the show. So obviously by right, they're expecting, okay, this is a group trip, but this is also a filmed trip. They're expecting to have, it doesn't have to be the best room in the house. It doesn't have to be a room that Mel has, but they're looking for a really good room because they are the OGs of the house. So in that respect, Nell comes up the stairs and is like, you know what, is is Mel playing with me? She's like, Mel, everybody got a bed but me. And she's like, oh no, Miss Nell. I gave you, the room with the no name on it. That's your room. It's a really big space. And she's like, oh, I just need somebody to go back and print my card because it feels like I'm not really a part of y'all because my name is not there. I get what she's saying, but it was never that serious. She went on and on about how she feel like that she gave her all to Mel. And basically Mel didn't pull out all the stops for her, and she pulled out all the stops for Mel when she did the trip to Houston, and she was just expecting the same thing. I mean, obviously she still has a nice room. She has her own room, but I feel like she saw rooms that were nicer and she wanted the nicest room in comparison to Mel's. That's my honest opinion of it all. Mel did say that it's because, Nell is the older one. And she's like, stop saying that. I guess Nell doesn't want to be put into a category where she feels like she's an old lady. But I mean, she is older than the other people, even though she keeps saying allegedly. There's no alleged, ma'am. There's no alleged. Sunny brings it to Melody's attention that some other people are kind of upset with their rooms as well, pretty much naming Tisha and Kimmi. So Mel goes out to talk to them. As she steps out on the balcony and she speaks to them, they just let her know basically what they feel. What Tisha said in confessional, she did say to Melody that she feels like the rooms are picked out based on how she feels about them. Uh, Kimmi says that she is kind of disappointed, not mad, but disappointed. They're disappointed because they have known each other for a long time, and she feels like they were given rooms that were way too small, and they thought that they would have better, pretty much. And then Mel says, she wouldn't mind sharing her suite with her two friends, Lauren and Shanita, and they're like, no, that's okay, because at the end of the day, we feel like if that's what was supposed to happen or that's what you intended to happen, that would have happened. We don't want them to have to change their room. And she's like, no, that's not would have happened. I didn't know you guys felt away. And my thing is this, like, I understand that it's a group trip, but not really. I feel like the original intentions were for Mel to go away with her homegirls and then said, you know what, let me kill two birds with one stone and make it a group trip and just say I'm bringing my single friends. Um, I don't think there was any specific intention in mind to make this just a group trip. I feel like the cast was add-ons because she had already planned on going away with her and her girls. Because that's what it looks like to me. Her friends that came with her were given friend preferential treatment compared to the cast members, and the cast members were second thought. Um, and that just is what it is. I mean, you can't. I for the life of me will never believe that this trip was intended to, for all intents purposes, be a group getaway for the people who are on the cast. This was Mel's private trip with her homegirls, and she decided, kill two birds with one stone. Since I'm already going away with my homegirls, I'll just bring the girls, and this is something that can be filmed. Period. Point blank, that's what it gave. I could be wrong, but I doubt it because that's really what it gave. And in my opinion, if she, like, just like what Kimmy said, if that was what you're going to end up doing with making your friends stay with you, they should have been staying with you from the beginning. It's like they got the upstairs and everybody else got whatever chamber quarters was downstairs. And then we cut off to a scene where Sunny's basically asking Miss Nell, of all people, who was just rowdy and bowdy a couple of minutes ago, to go out and check on Mel, Kimmi, and Tisha. When she went out there, she made a fool of herself. She looked very intoxicated, and she's going off telling them to suck it up. And this is where Kimmi shows, like, she's not backing down. Like, who are you talking to, Miss? I know you're not talking to me. Like, I'm not sure where Kimmy's from, but it's given very Philly. It's given very Philadelphia type of vibe. I'm not sure if that's where she's from, but that's what it gave to me. Shout outs to all the girls from Philly. I'm not from Philly, but I'm just saying, I know a Philly girl attitude when I see one. And it's given Philly. I'm not sure if she's from there, but it's kind of given Philly. Maybe a little B-more. Philly B-more's hot vibes. But Kimmy was not having it, and she was like, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's given very Northern girl vibes. And pretty much she was like, we had this handle. We ain't need you to come out here and pop your gums. And Miss Nell starts bringing up her trip from Houston, comparing her trip from Houston and how people sucked it up then to people sucking it up now. And I just feel like that was very unnecessary. I feel like Sunny instigated the situation. Miss Nell comes back in and Sunny's like, oh, we brought you out there to be the peacemaker. You knew that she was rowdy and about it right before that situation happened. She was just screaming. And then when they came back in and all was done with, then we have her, Miss Nell, screaming yet again about the Houston trip and how she feels like this stuff is not fair with her seating. Well, not seating, but like bedroom card or whatever that wasn't printed out. And she starts talking to Mel, saying that the girls were shading her and she's gonna talk back to them and all kinds of yada yada, which honestly Tisha did not get up in her face on some. She tried to fix her shirt, and her trying to fix your shirt to make you look good, you're upset about. Like, no. I just feel like she was intoxicated. It was given very drunk auntie. And as we go to that, Mel is just like, I just want peace. I don't want drama. I just want to be happy. Whatever. She says she's gonna be happy. And they pretty much squash it like that. So now we're getting ready for the night's activities to continue. So now we're getting to the fun part of the trip where Mel brings the carnival to them since they will not be in town in St. Thomas for their carnival. The girls are dancing, bags are being given to them. The festive girls come out in their carnival attire looking cute. The boys them start ramping up with Mel and dancing with Mel, and now it's time for them to go ahead and sit at dinner. So at the dinner, they're kind of talking about the vibes that they want to have, the friendships, and basically they speak about love languages. Now that this is like, a group trip of women coming together, Mel also speaks about the love languages between friendships and not just relationships. Tisha wanted to know why she mentioned that she was bringing her single friends, and basically that was the reason why, is pretty much she wanted to bring her single friends. It's a different type of vibe than other friends that are married, because of the fact that these women don't have a husband that they have to answer to, not technically answer, or boundaries, as far as Nell was saying, but the love languages that they have between friends matter as well. And Shanita says something that was really profound in her statement about knowing who a true friend is when things don't go your way, when you're not happy. And that spoke volumes. All the women agreed. And pretty much Tisha then says that um, she agrees with that and holding people accountable, things of that nature. And Shanita asks Tisha, hey, can you sit with somebody that you don't like? And Tisha said, yeah, I'm grown. And then Shanita looks at Mel and says, watch her. So Tisha's like, well, what do you mean by that? And she's just like, you would sit down with people that you don't like. And pretty much meaning, just because you sit at this table with me does not mean that I'm your friend. Because I could pretty much sit with anybody. And Stormy makes a joke. It's like, oh, she's sitting next to me right now and she don't like me. And they made a joke about it, but Shanita was very serious. Like, she not your friend. She's sitting at this table. And so as they're talking about that, Mel says in her confessional, hey, at this point, since we're talking about people sitting at the table and not liking each other, we might as well just clear the air. And so Mel, in messy fashion, I must say, did say to Trish, well, hey, Trish, you got a problem with Sunni because of Destiny. And then that's when they break down that Sunni was Destiny's producer at the time Destiny was dating this man, and now Sunni's married to the man that Destiny was dating at the time when she was her producer. At that point, Shanita automatically took Sunni's side and was like, well, why is everybody mad at her? You need to be mad at Moses. And that's when Trish says, well, she feels like Destiny thought of Sunni as a friend. And Shanita's like, no, that's a work relationship. Her job is to know everything about you, your dog, your cat, your man, everything. And after the work relationship is over, we're not friends. Like, don't do me. And Trisha's like, no, they were together hanging out outside of work. Therefore, they were friends outside of work. And she feels like it's wrong. Trish feels like it's very shady. And then Miss Nell says, well, is Destiny coming? And then at that point, when she says that, Tisha says, yes, she's supposed to be. And then Shanita's like, see, I told you to watch her. And she's like, well, what the hell does that even mean? Because at the end of the day, you don't know me. In confessional, Tisha's like, she didn't know that Mel was bringing her bodyguard to the trip. She thought that it was just going to be single friends that she was bringing. It's not going to be no drama. Baby, Lauren is just eating her food. She's eating her food and she's very silent. She's not giving the girls no complaints. She's just taking it all in, eating her food, smiling, looking, glancing. But Lauren says not a word. I don't even think that we've heard Lauren speak aside from picking her room. Yeah, that was pretty much the only time we heard Lauren say anything. As they're going back and forth, Shanita wanted to know and stated, no disrespect, but if you're her friend and you know what went on with them and that girl hurt her, why would you even bring the girl on the trip? Tisha says that, well, Destiny's also my friend. She didn't say also. She said Destiny's my friend and Destiny's also a part of this circle. So yes, I did invite her. I don't want it to be a commotion. I do want everybody to enjoy themselves and have a good time and make peace. Because Shanita's other question, her follow-up question was, did you invite her to be messy or did you invite her because you want them to repair whatever they got going on? And basically Tisha wants to make peacemaker, but at the end of the day, even though she wants to make peacemaker, Mel says F Destiny. And yeah, that was pretty much the end of the road for them. So at that point, what do you guys think about this episode? I'm excited to see next week's episode. There's supposed to be a break in between. And yeah, mid-season finales next. What do you guys expect? What are you looking forward to see? So let me know in the comments below. Till next time. Bye.